I'm back at Martic Township Park, and today I'm going to hike the same route as I did the last time I was here, but in the opposite direction. And you will be seeing parts of the trail that you did not see the last time. I'm going to start out by going down the driveway from the parking lot out to Marticville Road and walk about 3 or 4 minutes east to where the trail cuts off of the road up into the woods, which is right about here.
I'm roughly a half mile into this, and I've had to step over a few trees already. None of those were particularly obstacular, but this next little section here can probably best be described as a mess. There is a trail off to the right that you can take and bypass all this, but I'm feeling either courageous or foolhardy today, so I'm going to see if I can make it through here without going too far off the trail. Wish me luck. I'm not going to say that was easy, but it was not as difficult as I thought it might be. But there's plenty more ahead. You heard me use the word obstacular before, and in case you're wondering what that means, this tree here is the very definition of obstacular. It's a little bit too high to go over. It's a little bit too low to go under. At least it is for a fellow approaching middle age. So I'm going to take the easy way out and go around. Here the official trail goes right through the middle of that mess, but I'm not going to do that, just like I have not done at least 2 times this year so far that I've been over here. And I kind of remember that it was like that last year, but I can't say 100% that it was. So I'm just going to leave that as a maybe. Of course, not too much farther. Here's another one to step over. This one's pretty easy. This clearing is here because there's power lines overhead. Not sure if I can get this camera tilted up enough for you to see them, but I'm going to try. Now, from standing right here, I can see the gate on the other side of this clearing where the trail continues. It is still the park over there. It's not private property. I think the gate is there to keep motorized vehicles that use this pathway here under the power lines, keep them from going out onto the trail. Even though you can see the gate and where the trail goes, there's no clear or discernible pathway to get over there from here. So I'm going to do what I always do. and just push my way through the weeds here, keeping my eye on where the gate is so that I don't go too far off to one side or the other. Now I'll be crossing this clearing again. I'm going to guess roughly a half a mile of trail from here to where we cross it again, which is down that way. Now I tried to, well actually I did, walk down this clearing to get to the other place where the trail goes across. And between here and there, there's a very steep descent to a creek bed, and then a very steep ascent up the other side of it. So even though the elevation of these two crossings is probably roughly the same, it's a lot flatter and easier to go this way than it is to go that way. In addition to that, if you go this way, you're pretty much guaranteed of having more than 3 miles total by the time you get all done and back to the parking lot. I don't remember all that being there when I was over here last week, so I'm going to suspect that that came down Sunday night. We had a pretty good line of storms blow through this area. Back at the power line clearing, and from this side you can get a better sense of how this cleared area under the power lines goes down and back up again. You can't really see the extent of it, but it gets very, very steep near the bottom, going both down and up on the other side of that creek bed. And also, just like the other place where you cross, there's no clear pathway to get from here to the other side, and I'm not seeing any marks of where the trail is. Might be on the other side of that big bush right there in the middle, but it's on the other side here somewhere, so I'm just gonna bust my way through here. Hope there aren't any snakes. Okay, now I can see a blue mark straight ahead of me on that one tree. So it's a pretty short distance from here down to the one spot that I like to cool off in the creek. And even though it's not very extremely hot today, I'm probably still going to, because that's how I roll.
Catch me again next time, you know, outside.